Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about these super awesome trees that you see here. Now obviously these are not full grown trees, these are cuttings, but these cuttings, and you can see there's a bunch of them right here, these cuttings basically went through an entire winter of me doing absolutely nothing with them. And when I say absolutely nothing, it means I covered them once for one really cold weather event we had with some snow. And then after that, I said to heck with it. These are just cuttings, and if we need to cut more, we can just do more. Because there was so much other things I had to worry about other than these little trees. So these trees, all of these, like right in through here, all went through several inches of snow on them, several inches of ice multiple times, several snows, They went through a winter with freezes and nights upon nights upon nights of well below freezing. And you can see we're out, this is the open area. There's no covering whatsoever over these trees. They literally were sitting out in the middle of uh, Oklahoma winter all winter long. But as you can see, there's a whole heck of a lot of green in here. So these are hybrid junipers and hybrid willows. Hybrid willow right here. So you can see the difference in the leaves. This is a hybrid willow. This is a hybrid juniper, obviously very different leaves. Even our grown junipers do not have as much leaves on them right now as the hybrid willows. They obviously grow at different rates, start blooming at different rates, things like that. But as you can see, we have growth over a good majority. On this one, there's growth over here. Excuse me, on a good majority of these trees or these cuttings. And a lot of these cuttings, this stuff is all very new. And the cool thing about this is, you can see this cutting actually broke all the way down here. I tried to stick this in the ground. That was the part that was on top of it. It's probably dead. But you can see how much it's grown. And just since spring started. I did a video on these a while back about trees that you need to have on your property because these are all fodder trees. These are all trees that when you grow them, you can feed them to your livestock, to your rabbits, to your sheep, to your goats, to whatever. Your cows. They're also trees that grow really insanely fast. If you can't tell by some of these that have grown crazy fast in just this spring. And the other thing about these, why I'm doing this video about why you need these on your homestead, because these are cuttings that we did very late in the season. I'm talking probably September. Excuse me, guys. Probably about September or so, maybe late August. If you go on my husband's YouTube channel, Cracker Turned Torah, there's actually videos of him working on these and creating these cuttings. Some of them we did in the earlier summer. Some of them were late summer, early fall. That you can see coming through here. But look at all these trees. Now, obviously, some did not make it. But all these trees are still growing, and all these cuttings, and we did absolutely nothing to them. I'm talking about not even watering them. I didn't touch them once this winter, guys. I'm a really bad tree mom. It's kind of crazy to me. I remember coming out here the first time to see them and be like, oh my gosh, there's actual plants here. And like I said, not all of them made it. These all pretty much, this group right here pretty much looks dead. But the vast majority of them, all those over there have green on it. The majority of these back here, every single one in this section is green, and one out of those three has green. So the vast majority of these have grown with zero help whatsoever. And the hardiness for these plants are zones 4 to 9, both the hybrid juniper and the hybrid willow. So we're in zone 7 right now. So we're in the, some of the warmer-ish zones for these trees. But they grow in zones 4 to 9. So I can't necessarily say that the same thing would happen if you're in zone 4 and left them out in your winter all winter long. But I can say here in zone 7, I left them out through ice storms and snowstorms and freezing temperatures, and they all came back beautifully. And they did not have a crazy established root system. Like I said, we didn't start them till September or October, maybe August. Some of these might have been more August, but I know for a fact some of these were in September. So they didn't have a crazy established root system before they even started getting much colder temperatures in the evening. And like I said, I didn't water them or anything like that. And we have very dry, for the most part, falls, and then winter gets a little bit wetter. But yeah, guys, these things are doing awesome. Eventually, we'll be doing more cuttings, and these are things, again, these are absolute must-haves on your homestead for fodder trees. These are ways to feed your animals without having to use feed. And with feed prices going up, guys, you got to start getting creative on how you're going to feed your animals. And this is one of these ways. Some of these trees, once you plant them, can grow, I think it's almost 9 feet a year. So, and they max out at around, some of these, I think one of these two max out at 70 feet tall. You just need to go watch my video about the trees you need on your homestead. That's plain and simple. Just watch those videos, guys. It'll give you all the stats about these trees. But I wanted to also show this to you because these are trees that are very easy to propagate. You don't need a lot of work to do it. And then you can keep adding more and more of these trees onto your homestead and feed your livestock this way versus having to go out and buy a bunch of feed. So just something to think about, guys. When you're on a homestead, you got to get creative with how you're going to feed your animals. And this is a super awesome way that's definitely reproducible. In a very, I guess, tough climate, tough situation for these poor plants, but it worked for us. All right, if y'all have any questions about hybrid juniper or hybrid willow, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.